Okay, so this was supposed to follow the I, Mother Earth discography ranks, and because of the whole A to Z thing and all the other videos, this is where we're at. So, yeah, it's probably the easiest discography ranked I've had to do. Edwin, of course, got his start in I, Mother Earth and was the vocalist on their two most seminal, beloved albums in the 90s. Sold gangbusters up here, and one of the singles even broke through to the States, and just when they were starting to, be at the height of their buzz elsewhere other than Canada, they parted ways, citing like artistic differences. He obviously wanted to go in a different direction than they did, and the Tanna brothers were the ones writing all the lyrics back then, and I don't think Edwin had much interest in singing those kind of lyrics anymore. Their styles are just so different, so he embarked upon a very successful solo career, at least for the first album, but then I don't think things went exactly the way he wanted after that, and then he really dropped out of the music scene, and he became like a bartender, and then he eventually came back with Crash Karma, and then in recent years, him and I, Mother Earth have been back together and unleashing their magic on the world again. Unfortunately, no studio records at all. So, yeah, only 3 solo albums. This is really easy. First up, number 3, Better Days, and this really wasn't better days for him quality-wise or success-wise, I guess. Never Over is a good song. That was, I guess, going to be the second single, and I think it was sent out to some radio stations, but after the first single really tanked, they kind of canceled it. I guess there was going to be a video for it or something. I think that's the highlight. There's a couple decent tracks on here, but most of it's pretty average, and a live acoustic is another highlight, but it proves what a great song Alive is, even when you take away the big choir and the big production and orchestration and everything going on Another Spin Around the Sun, that version. This would be, if they included this version on that album instead of Another Drink, it probably still would have been the worst song on the album, but it's still a really good song, and it's a nice rendition. It proves Edwin could still sing in that, so that's number 3. That's how he looked like in 06. He was getting kind of buff. Number 2 is going to be Edwin and the Pressure, and oddly enough, that name is a misnomer. So, the Pressure was assembled to be his touring band, and but they didn't play on this album. They were assembled for the tour, and they were supposed to cut another record with him after. Yeah, I don't know. I guess either the tour didn't happen or it wasn't as successful or something. There was a lot of buzz pre the album, like Super Honey got a lot of airplay for a few weeks, and then it just dropped off the face of the earth. Much music kind of stopped playing it. The radio didn't play it as much as his first solo effort, and then by the time Let's Dance came out, the second single, all the hype was kind of lost, and this didn't sell very well. It's actually a really cool record. There's a lot of good rockers on it. It's definitely much more of a rock album than the first one. There's a couple kind of dumb lyrics on like Firecracker and maybe Painkiller, but I gotta say, they're still really fun songs, even those two. And High is really cool. Super Honey is awesome. Let's Dance is great. I think that should have been a huge, huge hit. So Edwin and the Pressure didn't sell that well, but I've always really liked this album a lot. And then number 1 easily is Another Spin Around the Sun, which was probably one of the first albums I ever bought. And I actually had it came with a sticker, and I had it on my chest of drawers when I was like a kid and a teenager. And it survived the first couple moves with me, but I got rid of that years ago now. So this one has all the huge, huge hits on it, like Trippin' was a big hit. It's easy to forget now, because a lot of these songs don't get played anymore, but Trippin' was a huge hit out of video. Hang 10 was a huge summer hit in '99, and I still love that song. And You was great, with kind of a car chase-ish video. Alive was big hit, not just on modern rock radio, but it had crossover appeal. A lot of pop stations started to play it. And Rush was probably the only non-hit of the 5 singles, but the fact they got 5 singles out of here, and Rush is still a great song. This is an incredible solo record. I love this. Theory still holds up. What a great opener. Screaming Kings really uses the duration of the track to build and build, and by the time he's yelling out, "Boy, you got your makeup smeared," that whole part, and he's like screaming at the end there. Amazing. Shotgun is a lot of fun. Just put that on full blast and just yell along with Edwin. That's a great one. Take Me Anywhere is actually one of my favorites from the record. Yeah, better than this. The whole album's good. The only problem with this album, it's a perfect album, but the only problem is they have this secret track on it, Better, or not Better Than This, Another Drink, and that song is so stupid, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be, but it kind of ruins the whole flow of the record, I gotta say. I would love if they ever put this on vinyl. That would be amazing. But yeah, so Edwin, obviously I don't expect this video to go huge or anything, because I know a lot of people don't even know Edwin, and a lot of people don't remember. But yeah, I'd love if he did more solo material. I would love if I Mother Earth did some studio work with him. But in the meantime, we have these classics to enjoy. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos, and thanks so much for watching. Let me know your favorite Edwin album and songs. Peace out, everybody.